The space station Orion 7 was always noisy. Engineers, soldiers, traders, everyone moved fast. But whenever the alien queen entered the halls, everything stopped. People froze. Voices died. Even the air felt heavy. Everyone on the station knew the rule. Do not go near the alien queen. Do not look at her. Do not sit close to her. They said she was dangerous. They said she killed without touching. They said her presence could break a human's mind. But Evan, a simple human engineer, never believed stories. He liked facts, not fear. Still, even he avoided her, because the entire station reacted like she was a walking storm. One normal afternoon, Evan sat alone in the cafeteria. He liked a quiet corner near the large window. Outside the window, stars slowly drifted past. He was eating a simple meal, enjoying silence. Suddenly, the ground shook, not from an explosion, but from footsteps. Heavy, slow, powerful footsteps. Evan looked up. Everyone else had already moved away, far from the main path. Soldiers stood straighter. Workers stepped back. A cold wind seemed to pass through the room. She was here, Queen Zaraya. Tall, glowing markings on her skin, long dark hair tied with silver rings, eyes like burning purple fire. Her presence filled the entire hall like she carried a whole galaxy inside her. For royal guards walked behind her, their armor shining like sharp metal wings. Everyone knew her temper was unpredictable. One wrong move could mean disaster. Queen Zaraya walked straight down the middle of the cafeteria, and most people held their breath. Evan tried to keep eating, pretending he wasn't nervous, but his spoon shook a little. She won't come this way, he thought. But she did. Her footsteps came closer, and closer, and closer. People whispered, "Move away. Don't draw her attention. If she looks at you, you're finished." Evan didn't move, his back pressed against his seat. He felt stuck. Then, something impossible happened. Queen Zaraya slowed down. She turned her head. Her glowing eyes locked on Evan. The entire cafeteria froze. Her guards instantly stepped forward, ready to protect her or kill someone. Soldiers pressed their hands on their weapons. A worker dropped a tray and it crashed loudly, but nobody reacted. Queen Zaraya looked at Evan as if he was the only person alive. She walked to his table. People gasped. Evan stayed, confused. His heart beat fast. He wasn't special. He wasn't brave. He didn't understand why an alien queen would even notice him. She reached the empty seat beside him, touched the chair gently, and sat down, right next to him, like it was the most normal thing in the galaxy. The crowd stared in horror. Evan gulped, unsure what to do. Queen Zaraya's voice was soft, deep, and strangely sad. "Human, do not be afraid. You smell like someone I lost." Evan's breath caught. He didn't understand, but he knew one thing for sure. This moment would change everything. Evan sat frozen, unsure if he should breathe or stay perfectly still. The alien queen sitting beside him felt like a dream, or a mistake that could end his life any second. Everyone in the cafeteria watched in shock. No one dared to speak. No one dared to move. Queen Zaraya kept her eyes on Evan, studying him like he was a puzzle she had searched for many years. "Come," she finally said. Her voice was calm but carried the weight of a command that could not be ignored. Two guards stepped forward and waited. Evan looked around helplessly, but no one helped him. Even his closest co-workers stayed far away, eyes full of fear. Evan slowly stood up. "Where are we going?" he asked quietly. She answered with a single word, "Home." The guards surrounded him, not aggressively, but carefully, as if he was suddenly important. As they walked through the halls, workers pressed their backs to the walls. Soldiers looked down, avoiding the queen's gaze. Some whispered, "Why him? What does she want with a simple engineer? Is he going to die?" Evan heard everything but said nothing. The doors to the royal chamber opened with a deep metallic hum. Inside, the room was filled with soft purple light, floating crystals, and strange living vines that glowed gently. It felt less like a room and more like a throne carved inside a living star. Queen Zaraya walked to the center and turned to face Evan. "You are not afraid?" she asked. Evan swallowed. I don't know. Should I be?" Her eyes softened. "No, Not of me. She raised her hand and a glowing scanner appeared from the floor. It wrapped Evan in a warm light. He felt a gentle vibration, nothing painful. When the light faded, the Queen stepped closer, very close. You carry a signal in your blood, she said. A very old one. Evan blinked. Signal? I'm just a mechanic. You are more. Her voice changed, softer, filled with something like hope mixed with sadness. Centuries ago, my people and humans made a secret treaty. A bond. A promise of peace. Only a few human bloodlines carried it. And then, humans broke the promise. Evan frowned. I've never heard this. Of course not. Your leaders erased it. She touched her own chest lightly. But the bond stayed alive in me. And now, I smell it on you. Evan stepped back, confused. What does that even mean? It means, she whispered, that when you sit near me, my heart becomes quiet. My mind becomes clear. You are the first human in 100 years who does not fill me with fear. Evan didn't know what to say. No one had ever accused him of being special. He repaired machines. He lived simply. But to her, he was different. Before he could respond, the chamber shook violently. Alarms blared across the station. A guard rushed in. Your Majesty, enemy ships incoming. Queen Zaraya's eyes flashed with fire. She stepped in front of Evan and said quietly, Stay behind me, human. They are here for you. Evan froze. Why would enemies come for him? The alarm screamed through the station like a warning from the universe itself. Red lights flashed. Sirens echoed. Guards rushed in every direction. But Evan stood still. Not because he was brave, but because the Queen's last words froze his blood. They are here for you. Him? A simple engineer? Why would any enemy ship care about him? Queen Zaraya moved quickly, her long dark cloak sweeping across the glowing floor. She pulled Evan behind her with surprising gentleness. Do not move from my shadow, she said. The royal chamber doors exploded open. Smoke filled the hallway. 3 armored rebels stepped inside, their weapons aimed directly at Evan, not at the Queen. Their leader, a tall alien with cracked black armor and red eyes, pointed at Evan and growled, Hand over the human. He belongs to us. The Queen's guards raised their weapons instantly, but Queen Zaraya did not step back. She stepped forward. Speak again, she said coldly, and I will crush your throat before you finish the sentence. The rebel commander laughed. Still protecting humans? Even after what they did to your people? He tilted his head. Or is this one special? Evan's heart raced. He didn't understand anything. Why me? He asked, voice shaking. The rebel commander snarled. Your blood is the key to breaking the treaty mark. With you, we can destroy the last protection your queen holds. Evan stared. Treaty mark? Protection? He didn't even know such things existed. Queen Zaraya's hand curled into a fist. The air around her crackled with purple energy. You will not touch him, she said. The rebels opened fire. Blinding blue blasts shot across the chamber. Evan ducked behind a crystal pillar, covering his head. Before a single blast could reach her, Queen Zaraya lifted her arm and a glowing shield erupted from her skin, like a living wall of light. Every shot hit the shield and shattered into harmless sparks. But then something unexpected happened. The rebels redirected their fire toward Evan. He panicked, pressed random buttons on the panel beside him, hoping to hide. Instead, a dome-shaped energy bubble shot up around him. A perfect, protective shield. The Queen turned sharply, shocked. You activated the kin barrier, she whispered. How? Only bonded blood can. She stopped herself. Evan didn't know what he did. He just knew he was alive. The rebels stared in horror. That's impossible, their commander growled. A human should not be able to do that. Queen Zaraya's expression changed. No longer fear, but realization, and something close to awe. She stepped toward Evan slowly. You truly are one of them, she whispered. One of the ancient line. Before Evan could ask what she meant, the rebel commander shouted, Enough! Take him by force. More rebels stormed the hall, 10, 20, then more. The station shook under their attack. Queen Zaraya pulled Evan close and hissed. If they take you, a war will begin that no one can stop. Evan swallowed hard. For a simple engineer, he said, trembling, my day is getting very complicated. She almost smiled. Stay alive, she said, and I will tell you everything. The door behind them burst open. More soldiers rushing in. The battle for Evan, for the treaty, for the galaxy, had truly begun. The station shook again, harder than before. Ceiling lights flickered. Walls trembled. Explosions echoed in the distance. Rebel forces were pushing in fast. Queen Zaraya grabbed Evan's wrist and pulled him toward a hidden door behind the royal chamber throne. It slid open, revealing a narrow pathway glowing with faint blue lines. Move, she said firmly. We cannot let them reach you. Evan ran beside her, breathing hard. Why me? Why does everyone want my blood? Because your blood can unlock the ancient peace seal, she answered. The seal that protects my people from total destruction. If rebels break it, the galaxy burns. Evan shook his head. I'm not a hero. I fix pipes. I repair engines. You repaired me, she said quietly, her voice softer than ever. You calmed the chaos in my mind. You reminded me that humans are not only danger, some are hope. Before Evan could respond, they reached the blast door. The queen placed her palm on it, and it opened. But standing on the other side was the rebel commander. He smirked. So this is where you hide your pet human. Queen Zaraya stepped in front of Evan instantly, her glowing markings brightening like fire. He is not your target, she said. He is under my protection. The rebel commander raised his weapon. And you think you alone can stop us? No, she said. I do not fight alone. She looked at Evan. Activate the shield again. I don't know how. Evan said. Think of someone you want to protect, she whispered. Think of me. Evan swallowed. His hands shook, but he closed his eyes and pictured her sitting beside him in the cafeteria. Dangerous, misunderstood, alone, choosing him when she could choose anyone. A sudden warmth spread across his chest. Light erupted from his hands. The Kimberia activated, stronger, brighter, larger. The rebels fired. Their blasts crashed against the shield and bounced back, hitting their own soldiers. Queen Zaraya moved like lightning. She lifted her arm, and a surge of purple energy raced forward, knocking the rebels across the hall. The rebel commander tried to stand. He aimed his weapon again, but Queen Zaraya was faster. She grabbed him by the throat, lifted him easily, and growled, You threaten my people, you threaten my future. She threw him across the hall with a roar. Silence followed. Only the sound of alarms remained. Evan lowered the shield slowly, breathing hard. Queen Zaraya stepped closer, her expression unreadable. You saved me, she said. Evan shook his head. You saved me first. She looked at him for a long moment, not as a queen looking at a subject, but as someone finally seeing a friend, or something deeper. The station crew arrived, shocked by what they saw. A human and an alien queen standing together, side by side, against an entire rebel force. Evan looked at her. So, what happens now? Queen Zaraya took a slow breath. Now, she said, we rebuild the treaty. Together. She extended her hand. Evan, may I sit beside you again tomorrow? Evan smiled. Yes, he said softly. You can. In that moment, a simple engineer and a feared alien queen made a choice. A choice that would change the galaxy forever.